Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. In today's video we are going to cover ICP, its recent price action, a couple of news on Twitter, and of course a couple of interesting charts for altcoins as well, and of course ICP included. So if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and of course a quick disclaimer that this video isn't a financial advice. You should do your own due diligence and research before investing into any crypto project. But alright, without any further ado, let's now hop into ICP itself. So as we can see over here, ICP is currently trading at $14.23 and is currently experiencing 3.9, well almost 4% pump in the last 24 hours. Market cap is currently sitting at $6.6 billion and 24-hour trading volume is sitting at 237 million USD. So as we can see over here, ICP is pretty much doing wonders in the 24-hour time frame. However, I do believe this is just a beginning, but I'm going to cover the chart very soon. So let's first of all have a look at this piece of news over here. Internet computer leads in crypto development activity. So that is a big thing, but no wonder, because if we are going to look over here, CKBTC has secured the 7th position on DeFi Llama cross-chain TVL ranking board. So over the past 7 days, it has seen a 19.5% increase. So as we can see over here, multi-chain dApps are in action. That is very good for ICP. Obviously there is a lot of activity going on the network, which is obviously great. But now if we are going to look at this piece over here, all roads lead to South Korea in March-April 2024. So we've got this ICP event, another event of ICP pretty much around the world, another country, and this is very bullish for ICP. There is so many eyeballs on the project now around the world, and that is going to drive a huge adoption into ICP, at least in my personal humble opinion. So that meetup, that event is going to happen on March 27th to April the 2nd. Now let's have a look at this part over here. That is a visual representation of how Web 2 is going to migrate to Web 3, and obviously everything is going to be built on ICP. So obviously I'm not going to cover everything. I don't want to bore you guys, but if we are going to look at YouTube and DSocial, that is very interesting, because we could see in coming years possibly YouTube, pretty much crypto YouTubers pivoting from YouTube to DSocial. So that is really cool, and of course from X to DSocial as well. And as we can see over here, Gmail, decentralized Gmail, that is going to be a very interesting thing. And of course Twitter and LinkedIn, that is going to be a district. Okay, so I do believe that this is very cool, and I do believe it's definitely better because it's decentralized. It's not as controlled as all of these platforms on Web 2 are. But let me know what do you think in the comments down below about this. Now let's have a look over here at the ICP Explorer. So as we can see over here, ICP total staked is currently sitting at 47.7%, so nothing has really changed much. And now if we are going to look at the number of addresses with balance over 100k, nothing really changed in the last 2 days. We pretty much saw a drop from 723 to 721 addresses holding over 100k of ICP, and I do believe that this is alright. Now if you are guys thinking that you don't have enough of ICP, bear in mind that there are only 700 people, 722 to be exact, around the world that are holding more than 100k. And now if I'm going to look over here at a balance more than 10,000, as we can see over here is 3,952 people, but again around the world. So please remember, whatever you have in terms of ICP, I would say you should be happy with it, because the bigger prices are going to come anyways, and you're going to profit from ICP sooner or later. Not a financial advice, of course. So let's have a look now over here on TVL. On DeFi Llama, TVL is currently sitting at 11.8 million US dollars, and as we can see over here, the call developers growth obviously is booming, and in the month of February we are around 100 developers already, and of course we still have a little bit to go to finish the month of February. So that is looking very bullish in terms of developers growth on the network. And now let's finally have a look at the trading view. So As I was mentioning in the previous updates, we are in this ascending triangle, which obviously is printing higher highs constantly, and we finally had a touch of that resistance level over here that is also coinciding with that wedge as well. So that is very bullish in my opinion, and we might see a breakout to the upside much earlier than March the 4th. That will be very, very bullish. But now let's have a look at the potential target, right? So as you guys know, if you are following my channel, let me move this thing over here. That's the way I measured the target, and I put it over here. So we could roughly expect anything between $24 and potentially even higher, $27. And now if I'm going to take this measuring tool over here and measure 38% from where we are at now, roughly, to the overbought territory, which we might reach on ICP, just like with this pump over here. Let me now pretty much put it here, and as we can see, 38% would be around $20, right? So that is definitely bullish thing to keep an eye out for. And now if I'm going to look at a BTC, because obviously that's quite important. So as we can see over here, BTC is pretty much battling with that line of resistance over here at 52k, and it is very important to break above that for a more bullish price action for BTC. As we can see over here, that line of resistance is leading us back to previous bull cycle, and once we are going to break these two lines over here, we could expect much higher prices for ICP. And another scenario number 2, in my opinion, is that once BTC is going to pull back, which is definitely not out of the question because that happened right before the halvening last cycles, we could see that altcoin rally coming. And why do I think so? Let me have a look now at this chart over here. So first of all, if you do ask yourself if it's a right time to buy ICP, I would say look at this chart and pretty much answer yourself a question. I cannot really tell anybody what you guys should buy, right? But if you're going to look at this chart over here, that's obviously the halvening chart for BTC, but that's pretty much marking the bull cycle, the entry of the bull cycle. So as we can see over here, we are very, very close to the halving, and we've reached that 0.618 Fibonacci zone. And obviously we might retrace, which is definitely not 100% guarantee, but I would say if I'll be buying now ICP, I will definitely buy now because I don't want to wait and buy here. But right, let's have a look now at this chart over here. So first things first, shout out to Titan of Crypto on X. And now the following chart shows that the crypto total market cap excluding BTC and ETH is finally managed to break out from its descending wedge. Next target is 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. So this is very good because we still have last time to accumulate any crypto that we are believing in, and of course our beloved ICP as well. So once we are going to touch the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement zone, we could expect a much bigger prices for ICP and also of course too. So if we are going to look over here, the golden cross for altcoins is 2 weekly chart is so close. So as we can see over here, that happened in 2016, 2020, and now in 2024 we are basically here. So alt season could come in coming weeks. And now if we are going to look at the Wyckoff accumulation, the same thing is pretty much happening over here. We have already left that phase D, which I was mentioning about in the previous updates, and we are entering phase E, which is obviously going to be a parabola and a start of the bull cycle, proper bull cycle for alts, so-called alt season. And now if we are going to look at this chart over here, many of us have been waiting for years. I think it's finally happening. So again, shout out to LCryptoProf on X, and now the real bull market for altcoins is slowly beginning. As we can see over here, every single cycle in previously basically printed the same scenario. So we are basically over here on that before that parabolic curve, which I believe is going to happen very, very soon. And now last but not least, this is basically the target for altcoin market cap. So as we can see over here, we could expect 6x on altcoins, and we could reach anything between 3 and potentially even 4 trillion USD. That would be very, very big for ICP. But alright then guys, that's it for today's video. Hope that you have enjoyed that quick ICP update, and I wish you having a great day or evening wherever you are in the world. Alright, peace and love crypto.